Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Like. Comment. Share. Diego Corrales vs. Jose Luis Castillo was a boxing match in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, on May 7, 2005. Corrales won the fight in the 10th round by knockout after himself being knocked down twice in the round and arguably one of the greatest comeback in boxing history. Corrales and Castillo both went to the hospital afterwards. The beating Diego got from Castillo's body punches was unbelievable. They took a urine sample and it looked like a bottle of tomato juice. The fight was almost universally regarded as the best fight of 2005. Let's watch and enjoy this action-packed fight.
Caballeros, ustedes reciben sus instrucciones. Mira, aquí está bien, aquí no. Mira, aquí está bien, aquí no. De la cintura para arriba. Ya quiero una play limpia. Escúchame, cuídate. ¿Listos? Vámonos.
On the same day as the Kentucky Derby, we'll see two of boxing's top thoroughbreds hoping to power their way to glory. Until now, Castillo could only think about or talk about Corrales' crushing power. Tonight, he expects to find out exactly how it feels and how he'll react if Chico connects. The power of Corrales has been his godsend, but against the smothering attack of Castillo, the answer may be the jab. Chico not used to fighters actually coming at him of late with Freitas and Casmayor, his last two opponents. Very different story tonight. Here we go.
And maybe one thing that people should remember right from the get-go, Diego Corrales came up from junior lightweight, ultimately beat Freitas for the title. Castillo is a big, strong lightweight who has been at this weight class for essentially his whole career.
Castillo never dropped or KO'd. He's been stopped 4 times on cuts. However, he is historically a slow starter, particularly his last couple of fights. But he said if Corrales comes at him, it'll be a brawl, a grueling slugfest. Interesting to see what tack Corrales takes here at the outset.
And already we're seeing Corrales happy to stay on the inside with Castillo. We'll see how this plays out. He's trading hooks with Castillo. He's staying right in there with him. Some would say that's a mistake. We'll see.
He is looking, Corrales, to force a shootout with Castillo. Looking to establish an early presence, just as he said he would, knowing Castillo is a slow starter, and gets stronger as the fight goes on.
Already Tony Weeks with a warning to Castillo. Castillo's a rough customer on the inside. He'll use his head, elbows, etc.
Some call him dirty.
A lot of body work by Corrales early, Steve. That's interesting.
Yeah, there it is. Meanwhile, Castillo coming right back. He said to beat Corrales, he'll have to stay close, throw a lot of punches, pressure him. Don't let Chico think.
This is going to be a great fight. I can tell you right now, Corrales is making it have to be a great fight.
They will look to wear each other down. In other words, as mentioned before, a war of attrition, perhaps.
On the surface of it, as you hear the fans chanting for Castillo, and there are a lot of Mexican fans here for Cinco de Mayo, on the surface of it, you would think this is a very risky move for Corrales early. But so far, he's kind of making it work.
Rabbit punching by Corrales, getting the caution from Tony Weeks, a solid, highly regarded referee.
Great body work by Corrales. And how about this so far? Corrales has rabbit punched and punched low once, so he's the guy that's pushing the envelope.
Yeah, usually it's Castillo who's blamed for those roughhouse tactics.
Corrales claims he sparred 16 rounds one day with 4 sparring partners. He said, I am as ready as I could ever be for this fight.
Comes off a monster training camp, 23 different fights all told. One of his sparring partners, Jose Santa Cruz. And here's an exchange as they go toe-to-toe as advertised in the center of the ring.
And I think the one mistake Corrales is making is he's hooking with a hooker. Don't make the left hook your primary weapon, and Corrales is doing that.
Yep. Wow. So an action-packed opening round.
Mira. Acuérdate, es la pelea
You got to make sure that chin is buried every time you start banging with them. Now that left hook is working good on the inside, and the body shots are working good. Feint a little bit more at that jab. He's looking to counter your jab with that right hand. He's going to come with that eventually. All right? But I'll tell you what, nice turns on him. You were scoring first. You saw.
Referee Tony Weeks will give a warning to Corrales for hitting behind the head, rabbit punching. Twice Corrales gets it done. Now Corrales went downstairs very effectively to the body, ripping downstairs with the left, and he threw a lot of shots. There's the left hook downstairs. And the left hook was a big signature punch for Corrales in round one, but it's dangerous because he was countered by a better left hooker in Jose Luis Castillo.
So this fight heating up early. Here we go, round two.
Out.
Castillo in the red, Corrales in the white.
There's a little bit of a danger here early for Corrales. He wanted to use the jab a lot in this fight. And he's not using it quite as much as I think he would like, Stephen. If he used the jab more, it would keep him at a distance from Castillo.
And he wants to prove he has more than just a left hook. Showed he's not one-dimensional his last couple of fights, really showing marked improvement.
That's Castillo on the inside. He can rip those hooks to the body and the head, and if Corrales hangs in there with him, he'll give him an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, that is Castillo's MO. A right uppercut and a left hook by Castillo that tagged Corrales.
This is a strategic nightmare right now, I think, for Diego Corrales. This was a ploy on their part, thinking he could outmuscle Castillo. Maybe he will, and there he comes back. But wow, it's a tough way to go for Diego Corrales.
Fists are flying. Both punches raining big shots.
Julio Cesar Chavez is yelling to Castillo to throw the uppercut, and he threw it early on, and it was effective.
So it turns out early a very inside fight from close range. A proverbial telephone booth type affair.
What a surprise that Corrales chose this way to start, but it's creating a lot of excitement for all of us.
And on the inside, Corrales is scoring, but back comes Castillo. You can just about put a piece of paper between them, and that's it right now.
And interestingly, it's Corrales throwing punches a little south of the border, not Castillo.
Left hooks by Corrales. That's his signature. But Castillo stands right up to it. Oh, what a combination upstairs by Corrales.
That left hook hurt Castillo. And that's a news headline.
It momentarily stopped him in his tracks, Al. And then a big body shot by Castillo.
And it was low, but Corrales walked through it. This is truly amazing. And if Diego Corrales gets through this part and is effective doing this, he'll have made an amazing statement, fighting Castillo's fight.
And Corrales continues to score. The second round even better than the first.
Estás bajando las dos manos. No le des mucha iniciativa. Estás ahí, trabaja. Trabaja.
Make sure you work in there.
Abajo, acuérdate. Trabaja dos hombres y remata abajo. Y remata arriba. No te quedes.
Corrales working downstairs, and now Castillo ripping those left hooks downstairs. That's one of the things he does so well, as Castillo fighting on the inside. Jose Luis Castillo with the uppercuts and the hooks. He's great on the inside. This is where he likes to do business. However, Diego Corrales coming back in this round with better hand speed on the inside than Castillo. That was the key there. And the left hook starting to get to Castillo. You would think it would be a mistake for Corrales to hook with him, but in that round, he hurt Castillo at least 3 times with his own left hook.
So Corrales immediately jumping on Castillo. And he continues to do more of the same as we enter round 3, scheduled for 12. Boy, at this pace, and it goes 12.
No, come on, keep up with it.
The conventional thinking, obviously, was that Corrales needed to be the boxer-puncher, jab a lot, work on the outside, counter-punch. He has gone right inside with Castillo, and for the most part has been very effective doing it.
Corrales electing to, as they say, fight fire with fire, and fighting Castillo's style. Inside.
Both men doing good work down the stairs to the body. There's that hook being turned again by Corrales. Castillo is amazingly open for that punch.
And Corrales very accurate with that punch. It is connecting. Right now the difference seems to be Corrales' hand speed.
And he's also throwing multiple punches. He's throwing combinations on the inside.
Digging body shot by Castillo.
Get off his head.
And a left hook upstairs by Corrales. Castillo didn't have an answer. Right uppercut on the chin by Castillo.
That's been Castillo's best punch. He keeps landing it. And Corrales just waiting, it seems, to counter with the hook when he does that, even though he's being hit with big punches.
Remember, Corrales has been down 8 times in 41 pro fights, but 5 of those 8 versus Mayweather, when he had all kinds of personal and professional problems. Now Castillo landing more regularly with the right uppercut. Then a right over the top by Jose Luis Castillo.
This is where Castillo gets good work done. And in this round, he's starting to do it.
Remember, Castillo gets stronger as the fight gets deeper.
See, they traded hooks, but Castillo got there a little better with his. So while this has been a good strategy for Corrales early, will it continue to be one?
I believe just a trickle of blood over the right eye of Diego Corrales. And a big left hook by Corrales to the head. Another one followed by a right hand. Corrales continues to land.
And look at it, it's Corrales using his head a little bit on the inside. I'm going to tell you something, though. It's imperceptible, but I think Corrales is wearing down a little bit on the inside.
That's what Castillo is hoping for. He's slowing Corrales and having his way here at the end of the third.
Give him some water right now. Stop it. I'm going to take care of this real quick. All right, now, what you got to start doing is churning him a little bit more now, Diego, okay? All right, the only thing he's catching with a little bit is that uppercut. Right when you go to the left hand of the body, he's throwing the right uppercut off of it. So what you got to do is you got to double up. Once you throw that left of the body, you got to...
Keep throwing hard, keep on.
Respira. Breathe. Es cuestión de tiempo, que no te pegue.
Don't let him hit you.
Digo, porque te pega, te hace lastimó ese rato con un ganchito, 2 cabecea.
At the end of the last round, it was Castillo doing some great work on the inside. He had mixed in the short right hand, which became an important weapon for him, and then, of course, the hooks. But throwing that kind of overhand right and getting in to Corrales. So,
round 4 scheduled for 12.
you know, Corrales has essentially made this a battle of left hooks. He's saying my left hook is better than yours. I don't know if that's true. As good as his is, I'm not sure.
You notice Corrales widening the gap just a bit here now, going to the jab to set up his right.
That is a good idea right now as far as I'm concerned.
Meanwhile, Castillo again unloading to the body.
Manos libres, manos libres.
Corrales tying Castillo up on the inside.
Out.
Both these fighters have, oh my.
What a left hook there by Corrales, and Castillo comes right back with some sharp punches.
Very hard to hurt Jose Luis Castillo. He's not a man you stop.
Rock solid. He has never been down in 59 pro fights.
He absolutely absence of the jab of Corrales is a real big surprise to me.
Manos libres, manos libres.
They both fought great competition. I mean, Casamayor twice and Freitas in the last 3 fights for Diego Corrales. Lascano, among others, for Castillo. And look at this action. It's amazing.
Tremendous exchanges. First Corrales scoring with a series of punches, then Castillo with a flurry of his own. Here's Corrales now. It's his turn. And back comes Castillo. And that one startled Corrales. A left upstairs. Another left upstairs by Castillo. And now an uppercut through the guard by Castillo. A grueling round.
No, self.
Castillo just matching Corrales punch for punch.
And you know, let's be fair. Jose Luis Castillo has not done anything untoward on the inside. Very little work with his head, not too many low punches. He's fought a very fair fight.
Now there's blood around the left eye of Castillo. So both fighters bloodied.
No, keep him up.
In this fight thus far, the war of attrition as advertised rages on.
And this a very tough round to judge.
Big punch there on the left hand by Castillo. What a round.
Déjalo. Está tirando nomás un golpe, trata de matarlo. Tira más.
Ahora cuando le ponga la medicina no le tiren agua, ¿eh?
Okay. Tira con las dos manos, tira dos hombres y remata.
Throw it both hands.
Okay.
Cabezazo accidental, ¿eh?
And watch the head.
Acuérdate, cúbrete, tira y cúbrete.
And remember to throw the punches.
¿Más agua? Sí.
As you look down at these two fighters, Corrales steps on the foot of Castillo and kind of pushes him back. Here's where we may see a cut. Good right hand, and the blood flowed after that from the eye of Jose Luis Castillo, and I do believe that was where the cut happened. So hopefully they will not call that a clash of heads.
Come here, White. Hey, mira. White, some of the grease off.
Tony Weeks wants Tiburcio Garcia to wipe some of the grease off of the face of Castillo. A fairly deep cut around the left eye of Castillo. He's got one of the best in the business in his corner, Miguel Diaz, to try and fix it. But it doesn't look as if the blood would be going directly into Castillo's left eye. It looks like it would go around the eye. At least that's what they're hoping.
Now, are we seeing a slightly different dynamic in this fight? There's jabs from Corrales, a little more distance between these two fighters. Will that be the paradigm for the next few rounds?
Corrales suddenly turning from puncher to boxer, shooting the jab, flicking it.
Let me tell you, Castillo's landed some good jabs. He is a little underrated in that department.
What a heavy body punch, and then back comes Corrales.
Alto.
And Tony Weeks is allowing them to fight on the inside. He's not panicking and breaking them too early.
Two guys who have tremendous respect for each other. Corrales just walked into that straight right.
Manos libres, no hold.
Unofficially press row, all even.
That is exactly what I have, 38-38, and why not? In this round, Corrales has boxed fairly well, although you can't say Castillo hasn't landed some from the outside.
Chance of Castillo. Again, the trading of punches.
Whenever Corrales gives himself a little room, he can land that straight right hand, but mostly he's fought in this posture.
Body shots wickedly offered by Castillo. Missing there with the right. Corrales missing himself.
This, like the fourth round, very difficult to score, although Corrales might have a slight edge to this point.
Out. No hagas eso, eh? Come on.
Blood now coming down the left eye area of Castillo. But he's undaunted. It doesn't hold him back. If the fight is stopped by an accidental headbutt before the end of the fourth round, the fight is ruled a no decision. After the end of 4, they go to the scorecards. We're in round 5.
Out.
The executive director of the Nevada State Athletic Commission said it was from an accidental headbutt.
Luis, tienes que trabajar más por dentro.
You have to work more inside. You have to work inside.
Tienes que trabajar más.
You have to work harder.
El
Por
corte no es
dentro.
nada. No, olvídate de esto. Respira duro.
Breathe hard.
Un poquito de grasa en la cara,
Breathe a little grease over here.
Tienes que trabajar más.
You have to
por
work
dentro,
harder
Luis.
inside.
Miras un upper. Estás
Throw
tirando mucho con la
uppercuts.
izquierda.
You're throwing a lot of
hacia la
hooks. You have to
derecha.
throw uppercuts and rights.
Trabajamos mucho con la derecha.
We have to work hard.
Gancho, remata abajo, upper y volado.
You gotta throw the uppercut.
Aprieta.
Ya estuvo, así no se maría.
Vamos, Luis. No digo, cabecea, tira y cabecea y cubre. No te descuides.
Wouldn't call it panic, but somewhat of a sense of urgency developing in that Castillo corner. Blood appearing by Castillo's left eye about midway through round 4. We're now into round 6.
Now, they called that a clash of heads. We think it might have come from a punch, but either way, it's called a clash of heads. That means if this fight would be stopped due to that cut, at this juncture, they would go to the scorecards. But we'll hear what Jim Gray has to say.
Take it, Jim.
Steve, I just talked to Dr. Todd Chapman. He says that the cut is a concern, but right now it's not necessary to stop the fight. They will keep an eye on it. Tony Weeks did tell the doctor it was an accidental headbutt. Steve?
All right, Jim, thanks very much for that clarification.
So now it's an interesting situation in the Castillo corner. Of course, he needs to start to make sure he's winning rounds, but they know at least he can't lose because of that cut flat out, outright. He could lose only if they go to the cards. Now, in this round, Diego Corrales is getting a lot done, using his hand speed and punching in combination a lot more.
No knockdowns thus far in the fight. A host of heavy, explosive punches. Castillo in the red, Corrales in the white with the red trim. More body work by Castillo.
And Castillo goes low 3 straight times. And make that 4.
There you go.
Corrales working well on the inside, though. Say what you want. Say that it's Castillo's style. Say that it's his office. But Corrales is fighting very well in there.
Every once in a while, Corrales takes a step back and goes to the sweet science, but it doesn't last very long. Vicious right hand cross by Corrales.
Corrales did a better job of keeping his right hand up and blocking those hooks. He did it just a moment ago. And the uppercut's not landing as much from Castillo. Well, guess what? There it was.
There it was on cue. Left hook by Corrales to the head of Castillo, but Castillo won't budge.
This is a clinic on infighting by both these men. They're doing a superb job of working the body and the head on the inside.
It has been intense from the opening bell.
The earlier part of this round belonged to Corrales. Castillo came on a bit. Who closed the last half minute of this round the best?
Castillo! Corrales waves him on. He says, come on, bring more on. Unbelievable action.
some more, Chief. Let's box a little more, baby.
You gotta box him. He's gonna start putting on the pressure a little bit, Diego. But you gotta suck it up right here, baby. This is what's gonna separate the two of us right here, Diego. You understand? Because if you don't put, listen to me. What's that?
Yeah. Get the boxing. Jack.
No, here's the thing, Diego. If you get, I know that, but you cannot.
Here's where Castillo, at the end of the round, started really getting to Chico Corrales. Will this be enough to steal the round for him? It might be, because it was pretty dramatic at the end of that round. And here's the point where you could make the inference that Castillo was hurt or stunned. Or Corrales, rather. We heard Corrales tell Joe Goosen, I still can't fight that way.
Two guys who are taking the term boxing warrior to the next level. Joe Goosen is Diego Corrales' calming influence in that corner. As we enter round 7.
Look at what happens when Corrales is on the outside. How he can land the jab and a straight right hand.
Instead, for the most part, he elects to work from the inside.
And it isn't that he hasn't done good working there, but that's where you give Jose Luis Castillo a chance to get his good shots in.
Blood streaking down around the left eye of Jose Luis Castillo. Corrales with a welt developing around his right eye, under his left eye as well.
Now, does Corrales have it in him to have enough foot movement after taking all those body shots early from Castillo? That's the question. The scoring, wow. Castillo on 2 scorecards and even. I have it even at 57-57. I'm with Tim Smith on this one.
We approach midway round 7. Non-stop action throughout.
It is painfully obvious that when Corrales has some distance between him and Castillo, he can land jabs, straight right hands, even hooks. But when he's languishing on the inside, he's giving Castillo a better chance.
And the operative word is painfully.
Very close round here in round 7.
Castillo and Corrales continue to exchange vicious punches in toe-to-toe fashion. Oh, what a heavy right hand by Diego Corrales. But did it even move Castillo? No.
That's the issue here. Castillo's so tough to hurt, has never been knocked out, never been down, in fact.
The area under the left eye of Corrales is getting bad.
And the irony is, Corrales is doing some phenomenal work here in terms of combinations.
Let's hope that doesn't become a factor and close up the eye.
This is truly an extraordinary fight. And look at Castillo. He continues to work down to the body with the left hook.
Both showing badges of courage on their faces. Back comes Chico Corrales. And now Castillo. It's the left hand by Corrales that rocked Castillo. He almost went down for the first time. His knees buckled, and he held on.
He's dead, he's dead. You gotta throw that right hand.
Hear me? It's all balls. Am I wrong? Okay, Diego. Hey, I mean, huh? Yeah, water, quick.
Hey, get to him with the jab, Chico.
Give me a towel now.
Right now.
Mouthpiece.
With the jab, Chico.
Not yet.
Corrales, who had been hurt in this round, throws a perfect left hook that nearly sends Castillo down. A bad break for Corrales was that it happened with only about 10 seconds left in the round. He had no chance to really follow up on it. And of course, you see the closure in that left eye. There are so many dramas being acted out in this fight.
Look at Corrales showing the sense of urgency with his left eye nearly a slit. A right counter by Castillo with blood streaking from his left eye. They take one step back and come forward again and wail away. Both winging punches.
You know, in Castillo's corner, they want the right hand, and it's been pretty effective for him, even though we think of him as a left hook puncher.
A left and a right combination by Corrales upstairs. Castillo back with a right hand offering. Now back to the body is Castillo. Overhand right by Corrales. Crowd reacting on every throw. Questionable blow there by Castillo. Doesn't bother Corrales. He just marches forward.
And give Tony Weeks credit. He's allowing them to fight, not panicking and getting in and breaking them when he shouldn't. Wow.
Both fighters tenacious, relentless. What could they possibly have left in the tank as this fight continues to unfold? We're into round 8, past the midway point. The action just never lets up. Oh, what a left hook by Corrales opens the door for the moment.
When there's just a little distance, Corrales is so much more effective. Wow. Except there.
Castillo. Castillo missing. Whizzing that right hand by the ear of Corrales. No signs of fatigue. It's unbelievable at this frantic pace.
The first part of this round won dramatically by Corrales, but Castillo's winning the second part, and judges remember the second part.
Castillo jumping on Corrales. But he's able to regroup. There goes a mouthpiece. Oh! Castillo wobbled by a left hand.
Out. Time! Over there. Come here. Let's go. Here we go.
With the lower in action, able to get the mouthpiece back in. Just a few seconds left in the 8th round. Again, incredible action. Left hook by Castillo just before the bell.
I didn't want
Fuck it up, baby.
9, 10, 11, 12. You got 4 rounds. Do not stop on me. Do you understand? It's about you or him right now. Let me have the end throw. End throw, quick.
Okay, can you shut down?
Where's the fucking end throw?
A little bit. Get on it there. Don't never stop walking to
Look,
it.
let me just tell you something. Smother him. Keep your head off to the side. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he can, Doc. Okay, hey, Diego, look at me. You only got 12 minutes, 10 minutes left.
At the beginning of the round, Diego Corrales very, very effective. Look at that 3-punch combination. Stunned Castillo. As the round went on and toward the end of it, it was Castillo doing the good work. The mouthpiece would fly out of the mouth of Diego Corrales. Challenge for the judges. Did you like the first half of the round for Corrales or the second part for Castillo?
Now, this has got to be one of the greatest fights in the history of Showtime Championship boxing.
You've been here longer than I have. Can't imagine too many being better than this.
Like Hagler Hearns here. Through 8, round 9. Neither taking a pause or a break for more than 2 seconds.
You heard them tell Corrales you got to keep punching.
Corrales' left eye continues to close. He can barely see out of it out.
These are traditionally rounds, as you pointed out, Steve, that Castillo has done very well in.
It couldn't be much closer. That is unofficially.
I have the fight dead even as well.
Oh, gets a warning.
For the most part, we have seen not too much of that from either fighter. Oh, great combination from outside by Castillo.
Castillo scoring with a left cross. Missing with the right upper. And another low blow.
No hagas eso. You okay? You okay? Mira, no hagas eso. Come on.
How big would it be to have a point deducted right now? One more, you have to think Tony Weeks will do that.
It would be the third warning. Right hands, a series of rights and combinations by Corrales. Castillo refusing to go anywhere. Another right hand that sent Castillo back momentarily. Castillo stumbling around, but then he comes back forward. Corrales throwing bombs. He's probably saying to himself, what's it going to take to drop this guy? Here's Castillo again.
They traded right hands, and Castillo's was more powerful.
Now Castillo going downstairs, left uppercut.
You know, it's a misnomer to think that Castillo cannot throw combinations on the inside. People think he's an unskilled laborer on the inside. That's not true. He's a very skilled fighter on the inside. He doesn't just bully you. He knows how to throw shots and throw them effectively.
What a chin.
Again, Castillo controlled the last part of the round. Will that win it for him?
Big right hand at the bell by Corrales. Right on the chin.
At the beginning of the round, while he worked well on the inside, there's one right on the belt line by Castillo that could have been low, and Tony Weeks went in to give him a caution or a warning about it. Now this one more dramatically low by Castillo, and Corrales pleads his case. You have to think that one more, there might be a point deducted from Castillo. But in between all that, as per usual in this fight, tremendous action. Look at the hand speed and combinations of Corrales. But Castillo was able to close out the round very effectively. He's been doing that in a lot of these rounds. And so combinations like this might go for naught for Corrales. We'll see. Very close rounds to judge.
Come on, Joe.
Round 10 scheduled for 12.
Time. Get over there. Go, time in. Let's go.
Tony Weeks checking the tape on the left glove of Castillo. They touch gloves, and here we go again. The WBC WBO unification lightweight title fight. Oh, what a left hook by Castillo, and Corrales is down. The mouthpiece comes out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me. You all right? You want to continue? Okay, here we go. Time. Come here.
They get the mouthpiece back. He was up at 8.
Put it in. There you go. Let's go. Here we go.
Joe Goosen trying to get involved. What a dramatic moment here in round 10 as Corrales hits the canvas. Castillo looking to finish it here. He goes down again. Takes the mouthpiece out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come here. You all right? I'm gonna penalize you. Taking 1 point off. Time. 1 point off here. 1 point off. 1 point.
Excessive spitting out of the mouthpiece. A point deducted.
Come on. You're spitting out the mouthpiece.
To make matters even worse now,
You gotta fucking get inside on him now.
dreadful round for Corrales. Down 2 times here in the 10th. Again, Castillo going back to work.
And if Corrales can get through this round, the dynamic of the fight has now changed to the point where he may very well need a knockout.
With 1:35 to go, he's got a long way to go, Corrales.
But he just hurt Castillo with the right hand, or at least pushed him back. That was astonishing, and he hurts him with a hook.
Corrales comes back, a straight right. Now Castillo against the ropes. Unbelievable. Ebb and flow. They're all standing here at Mandalay Bay. Corrales coming back after being on the canvas twice here in the Castillo steps back. Corrales waiting. Castillo's in trouble. Weeks steps in, and the fight is over. Corrales with a remarkable, dramatic turnaround to win this fight. Unbelievable. Diego Corrales said he would go through